Hi guys, I'm Samuel Moser, and welcome to Moser Meadows Records. I work with a company that I've been working with for a long time called Master of Memory. I even helped them do illustrations for this book, Accelerated Spanish. Master of Memory uses pictures and stories to help people remember difficult concepts. One thing that we help people remember is numbers, using different locations and objects. And recently, for the number set of 30, Timothy, who's in charge of Master of Memory, who is also my brother, wanted pictures using crayons, because that's my strong suit. And so, this video is going to show you the process of me working on a sunken ship, which will have several objects in it representing the numbers in the set of 30. If you'd like to see more stuff by Master of Memory, go to masterofmemory.com. So the first thing to do is clean up my workspace. This is the version I made. Then I scanned it onto the computer because I wanted to be able to color this and do all the details, but leave room for mistakes. Because if I did anything wrong, I would be able to fix it and try again. This is what I've done so far to color it. I'm using thin twist-up crayons, like these. I lit a candle so that it would smell really good in here. If you're wondering about the cigarette lighter, I wanted something that I could light the candles with, because that was the cheapest option I could find. And that was a mistake, because not only did I burn my finger in the process of turning it upside down to light the candle, which really hurt, but I also ended up burning the candles too close to the base of the wicks, and I lost several in the process. So it ended up being more expensive. So if you want to buy a lighter for your candles, don't do what I did. Go for a little more expensive, because it'll turn out to be a lot cheaper and a lot less painful. I have to apply some pressure while I'm doing this. Some people think that's a no-no, but there's a time for pressure. When you want the color to show up over the other ones, you've got to apply some pressure. And that's why we buy a lot of crayons, so we can do that. These bubbles aren't going to be in any of the close-up shots, so I can do whatever details I want with them. I'm not going to have to do it again. Now, I've got to be very careful when I do this broad picture not to do too many details, because when we do the close-up shots, that's when we're going to want to do the details. So I got to color everything in a very general sort of way. This guy's got a mop going through him. I make it grayish so you can tell it's a mop. I mean, can you tell that it's a mop? Good. Alright, so here's how it is when you do some close-ups. I'm going to keep using this big version as a reference for the colors, knowing where everything's generally going to go. But here I can do some more details. Let's get a general idea of what this background coloring is going to be like. So I use the thin crayon just to kind of give myself some guidance. I kind of made a line right here just to show that that is where it ends over here. This is a slightly lighter shade of purple. You probably can't tell in the video. I'm coming in with a bigger version of that. I'm just going to go really lightly in case it's the wrong shade of purple. Just kind of go in circles, but still in a linear fashion. So I'm going in a line, but I'm making little circles here. Alright, now I want an indigo, I think. I want to test the waters again. Waters. Oh yeah, that was a lot more like it. I'm gonna go lightly though, or else it's gonna look a little too blue. Let's not pass this boundary now. And kind of fade off to nothing as you get to the line, so that it is subtle when the color changes. Alright, and if that is even starting to look a little too blue, we'll go over it one of our light pinkish purple colors. Where is it hiding? Oh, I found it. It was in my other box. See how that's starting to get a spectrum look? That's because we're lightening our pressure as we come towards the end of the line. And that's called a value scale, where you go from dark to light. But when I'm talking to young people, I just call it dark, lighter, lighter, lighter. But if you want to know the technical term, it's a value scale or a gradient. Alright, I'm going to go over this with a light pink. Just barely. Down here, we're going to do the value the opposite direction. It's going to end about here. So let's make this ruling with the peach colored crayon. Let's go. As I'm coloring close to a line, I'm really careful close to the edge, and then I'm free to speed up as I come away from it. On the rigging, we have a skeleton all tangled up in linens like a mummy, while one friend flings mud at the other one who's trying to block himself with a menu. And here's another part of the ship. There's a skeleton that just woke up and found out it was covered in moss. What a surprise. Bad hair day. A really good trick to do when you're coloring something in is to start at the outline with the darkest version of the color that you're coloring it in with, and then work your way out with lighter versions of the color. Here, 3 skeletons are debating about what they should do about some mail they found. One says he should hit it with a hammer. The other says they should light it with a match. This one was a bit difficult to color, but I didn't catch much of it on video. Here are some skeleton dudes tangled up in coral. One has a mop through him, one's hanging from his earmuffs by a piece of coral, and one's just casually laying out on a hammock. Don't ask me how they ended up this way. Well, I hope that was fun for you. Please like and subscribe for more videos. Next week, I'm going to release a video talking through the Thanksgiving music video that I made, so make sure to tune in for that. If you'd like to see more drawings and colored pictures by me, go to Samuel Claus greeting cards or my Instagram, Samuel Claus Tuner. And if you would like to request any drawings or cartoons from me, send an email to samuelclausgreetingcards@gmail.com. That's all for now. I will see you next time.